Hello, I am Kat, and I wish I could be there in person, but I have work. I'm a very, very busy person, i.e., corporate wage slave to Greg's. Anyways, this is kind of what I've been working on for the poetic science module or the process and practice. Um, so I'll just start off with what I'm trying to make is a fake Martian theme park, obviously fake because I'm not building a real one. And I really like Mars, and I thought it would be really fun to design like a ton of different merch for it and just make it really fun. I want it to be like kid friendly and childish. Just a lot of like fun stuff. So first off, this was like my sketchbook, like early days. I wanted to make a little mascot, and right here we have Aries, the little mascot. I came up with a bunch of different rides. I came up with some like theme park names. Um, there's a lot of I wanted to think of like the text, the aesthetic, imagery, da 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 da. Here we have a like layout of what I think the map will look like. Again, I haven't not again, but I haven't digitally done that at all yet. So there's just the sketchbook bit of it. Here was the early design of the logo, but you'll see more of that later. And then here is some of the food packaging ideas that I had. Um, so things for like chips or churros, and I this is like a cup that I wanted to do, and then like some kids meal things. Next, we're going to talk about the unsung hero of this entire project, Millinode. Oh my god, this thing is my savior. If Jonathan uploads this Padlet, you are free to like click on the link. It'll take you to my page that is updated live. So essentially, you can kind of see my color palette, some inspiration, some park map things, some t-shirts, we'll get into that later, and then some park posters, as well as little logos, some food packaging stuff, and then like a little mascot guys. Um, this is where I keep a lot of my inspiration, and I keep a lot of my just, oh, like visual language-y things, or just like things I want to go back to. It's essentially a digital post-it board, and it's really nice. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Really helps me stay organized. Here are some more rough merch ideas. This was kind of the rough idea for the poster. I wanted to make a little postcard. Here are some like food idea thingies. So like thin things for like fries, a little plastic cup, a little kids meal sort of thing. And then maybe like a burger wrapper. And then we have the t-shirts. We will talk more about this later. Then booked into Riso, thankfully. So glad I got a spot. And this is the first little thing I sketched out that I did these two, and then it came out with this one. Um, and as you can see here, I spelled it wrong at the first bit, but I did catch it. We caught it, thank God. But I really like the colors of this, and I think I will, with the last one, the poster design was a little bit different, but I think I'll go for something closer like this, just because I like this a little bit more. Um, the it was really fun playing with like the screen printing style of Rizo. It was challenging, but it was fun. And then I did laser cutting. This was what I wanted to laser cut. They printed out this one first, but didn't have the roller coasters in it, and then they printed out this one, which didn't have the shading in it. But I just thought it was cute, and I have both of them, and they're pretty small, but it was just nice to test out laser cutting and that sort of thing. Then we have my nemesis, vacuum forming. It is evil, actually, very, very evil. So I think this was my first attempt. Then we got somewhere to like here and here. And by the end, you can see all these cups, all of my failed attempts. And even then, towards the end, I went with this one because it's circled, even though it still has sort of like the fins that you can see on this one. And that's because even with the help of the technical staff, we couldn't get rid of it. Like we tried everything, but we just couldn't get rid of it. So I'm just gonna pretend that once I put the stickers on and everything, kids can pretend it's like a little spaceship that they can use after they're done drinking from it. But it's kind of a whatever. What happened was I 3D printed a form for the cup, and then I vacuum formed it several times, Didn't quite go the way I wanted it to, but it's fine. Now we have some t-shirt mock-ups. So on my iPad, I came up with this rough. This is not the final design, but it is a rough. And then before I ordered the shirts, I wanted to see that on different colors. So we have these. I ended up going with this color with the help of some friends. They helped me decide this one. So that was really nice. And right now I'm stuck between putting this on the back of the shirt and then having something embroidered on the front, like a little logo, or if I want to have like this just be the main graphic on the front. It's kind of I don't know quite yet, but we'll see. And then today, which is Monday, I did some copper etching. This was really fun. First time doing that. Here was my little idea. And I really wanted to have the text of like saying hello from Mars, but I know that I wouldn't be able to like reverse it properly and then it would look really bad. And I also don't trust my shaky hands in copper etching. So I will probably, what I'll do when I make the actual postcards is like scan these in and then like put text on top of it, like digitally impose it. But this was actually really fun. Here's my plate. I tried it in black first, then I did some in red. Um, I definitely want to do more prints with them just to do more trial and error, but it was pretty fun. And then we have my next steps in moving forward. So poster, I need to like actually properly design it and print it out. The park map, again, you saw that like brief sketch, it wasn't finished and it definitely needs some work. Food packaging. I found a bunch of different websites that'll give me templates to print out, and the plan is to design it, print it with digital print, and then laser cut them because laser cutting them will be way more precise than my clumsy hands could ever be. And then I'll assemble them, and ta-da! Some finalizing designs and printing. So that is like finalizing my t-shirt design, fixing the postcard, things like that, and like actually printing them out. And then website. This is towards the end. When I go home for Christmas, I want my mother and my very techie mother to help me design like an advertising website for the whole theme park. I'm not positive if I'm gonna do this still, but I wanted to just like tie everything together, and I think that'd be really fun. But yeah, that's essentially what I have so far. Showed you a bunch of my sketchbook pages and stuff like that. Um, I hope that helps at all. And thank you. If you have any questions, you can email me or ask Jonathan, and he can relay it to me. Um, but yeah, or you can message me on Instagram. It doesn't really matter. But thank you all. I hope you have a good day and have a good rest of the plenary session. I don't know if I'm last or first, but or somewhere in there. But have a good day. Bye.